What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Flame078 and this is Perspective Gaming, here with another Apex Legends video. It is update day for Apex Legends and boy, it is packed with a lot of different stuff, a lot of exciting things, a new town takeover, a new event, and I'm really excited to break that all down. But I'm going to break down the way I'm going to cover this kind of event into kind of two separate videos, or maybe three. It all depends. I'm trying to just figure out things in terms of scheduling and trying to push out content as quickly as possible as we're working through this. But right now, the focus of this video is to really focus on the trials and really talk about what you need to know to really get a hang of what's going on in this new town takeover and what you should take away for it. So without further ado, let's just continue diving into this amazing takeover. By far, the first thing I want to get out of here is just that I believe this is one of the coolest takeovers that they've done, allowing not only for a blend of lore to really come into the map, but also has purpose, has function, giving you an active thing instead of just jumping in and looking at it. You know, the lab was kind of like that. Octane's Gauntlet was like that as well. Mirage Royale, same thing. A little bit different, but overall, it was just kind of like a scenic type thing where you would just, it became another drop of the map. This time around, you know, Bloodhounds, it's a little bit more than that. Yes, it becomes another drop of the map, but it becomes a little bit more. It becomes its own little mini game with the trials, and I think that is really cool. So, what does that mean? What are you actually doing when you drop here? So, when you're dropping in, pretty much you see Sniper Mountain just becomes this really cool looking Raven's Nest or whatever. You still have the 6 spins that you normally get, 3 on top and 3 at the bottom, but then now you have this cool looking cave where essentially you get 3 kind of trials, so 3 activation points. When you go in, you activate and you have to fight prowlers to unlock, you know, some loot, some armor, some ammo, and if you complete all 3, I think that's when you get, as you saw in the trailer, you get the gold armor. You really get the good stuff. At this point, I haven't really gotten that far yet because, as you guys can see in the background, it gets really chaotic in this drop, of course, because, you know, it's new, everyone wants to check it out, everyone's excited. But with all that, it is really neat. It's really cool PvE style thing where it doesn't take you out of the game. You're still playing the main game, and it adds a little bit more flair to kind of how you want to rotate. Do you want to risk it to come in here, do these challenges, you know, to get the cool loot, or do you just drop like normal? Like, these are now just an added thing you can do to playing your game. I mean, it's fresh right now, so everyone's kind of doing it, but I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out once everything dies down, and really how viable this is going to become as a drop. So that is something to look out for. When you get in there, you see around on the edges there's like just pretty much ammo, some kinds of weapons, but not a lot. So it's really meant for you to like do the trials, because you're not going to get any armor there off the bat. You're just going to get maybe some quick guns, and that's about it. There are some guns in the rack next to the activation points for each trial, so keep that in mind. So landing center is always a good option, but the whole point of it is so you just have enough stuff so you can take care of the prowlers. Now, these prowlers aren't that necessarily tough. They do come at you and they attack you and stuff like that, but honestly, the more scarier part are the other players, because obviously they're gunning in for the ability to just, you know, get the same stuff that you're looking for, right? But a couple of things to point out, you know, when you're acting here and fighting the prowlers, is that they attack anyone, right? They obviously have no discrimination. Who doesn't matter who activates it, they just attack any player. And also, if you're down, for example, if you're in with your squad or with your duo partner and you're actually cleaning up everyone, but you so happen to be down, you have to keep in mind that the prowlers will attack you. You can't just stand still. They'll actually finish you off. So if you get lucky and beat all the people out there, keep in mind the prowlers can still kill you. Now, other than that, it's eventually pretty straightforward. Like I said, I haven't really completed all the trials, so I don't know like any cool little voice things happen afterwards. I'll be trying to get that footage for you guys down the road, but this is just kind of just a first impressions reaction type thing. But yeah, it is really cool. There's not much else I can really say in terms of like what to expect. As you noticed, it's chaotic. It's a mess. It's a new drop, but I do like the PvE aspect. It's something that I think that the game needs to diversify kind of how you play the game in terms of your match progression and stuff like that. When Fortnite introduced it, I didn't really play because I don't really play Fortnite, but what I saw when I was watching some streamers do it, it did add this little cool little mini game to it, which is really cool in the sense that it allows for new players to just kind of mess around, right? I think that's important. Just dropping in and, you know, just picking up and fighting may not be your cup of tea, and, you know, everyone's kind of has a different take to it. So PvE inside the actual mode itself is kind of nice. The one drawback that I do think, even after this becomes a less of a hot zone, is I don't think, you know, just one of these points on the map is enough for this to satisfy this kind of player. You know, the player that just wants to go do a little PvE to get some stuff and then be on their way. It's just, you know, too limited in that regard. You know, if people are still want to do this, then you're gonna have a bunch of teams all the time. I think what Fortnite did was really cool with their agency and stuff like that. They had multiple locations where they could drop and fight, you know, layers and get their stuff and whatnot. So I think what would be really cool down the line is if we added another PvE section. Now, I'm not sure if Bloodhound, though Bloodhound does fit very well with the little lore and stuff to make this in-game type thing, but regardless of the character, another station, another trial location, maybe a different PvE monster, maybe you know, you're fighting flyers instead on King's Canyon or something like that, right? Something to spice things up. I think this would be a good direction to take this kind of, you know, update, you know, to the next level. Not only multiple locations on the one map that you have, but also for all the other maps as well. We'll see down the line. You know, we do have Kings Canyon back in rotation, which is kind of nice. But also with that is being in rotation, you got to keep in mind, if you are looking to drop in Bloodhound's layer and do the trials, you'll have like an hour-and-a-half window before the next rotation. It's something I picked up right away when I was learning getting footage for this quick video, as I'm waiting for the store to kind of, you know, get itself fixed out so I can do the reaction to the store and the actual event itself. So stay tuned for that. Again, make sure to hit that like button. But yeah, you're not going to obviously want to play World's Edge all the time to just get here. You're going to be forced to play Kings Canyon and Kings Canyon After Dark for it, so keep that in mind as well if this is a location you really want to drop. So if you're, depending on what time of day you log in, you may not have the opportunity to do that. So now, well, some wrapping thoughts here as we are coming to the end of the video is overall really cool aesthetic, really cool change that I see moving forward. Not only does it add more dynamic stuff to World's Edge, but I'm looking forward to possibly maybe Bloodhound doing that as well on Kings Canyon to really add this PvE-ness into the Battle Royale formula to spice things up. I do like systems that allow you to work towards getting some stuff. Let's say, even though it's still RNG because you kind of don't know what you're getting, but the idea that you work towards to do something is always something, in my book, one of the best things you can do in this genre, just simply because there's just so much RNG, and giving player control to what you can actually do is really nice. But that being said, I think this is it for this quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed, learned something, watched kind of the things to look out for in the town takeover. Stay tuned. I will be dropping another video with my live reaction with, you know, the event itself, the Old Ways, looking at duos as like an analysis and stuff, and you know, that's kind of what I'm doing there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are having fun with the new update. Let me know what you guys think about the Bloodhound Trials, and what do you actually think you know, this does for Apex Legends. Do you like it? Do you like the takeover? How do you rank this takeover compared to the other ones? Let me know all that in the comment section down below. But that will be it for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Perspective Gaming. My name is Flame078, and thank you guys again. See you guys in the next one. Peace.